One of the hottest ways to drive open top is the new Mercedes CLE 53 AMG, so the AMG version for the new convertible at Mercedes. The CLE available as coupe and convertible. Recently we have shown you the AMG coupe in the CLE model. This one here now, the one with the open top, the Cabriolet. In the front we can see vertical fins, strong AMG front grille. This is here the chrome version. You can also have it blacked out if you want that in the night package. Middle part here, power dome, and these air outtakes here that look really sporty, definitely. And Patagonia red is this really striking red color. Look at the side profile. You start with 19-inch wheels. These here are the optional 20-inch wheels. And the length, actually quite substantial, 4 meters 85 or 191 inches. That's the thing about the CLE. It has the dimensions of the so far E-Class, coupe or convertible. Yet again, it builds from the platform more or less on the C-Class. So it's like a hybrid in between, so to speak. Towards the rear, we can see a very strong design lines, very simple as well and stretched. And also you have widened wheel arches and a wider track, both front and here also in the rear. Towards the rear, we have the light signature going here, but not all the way across. In the middle part is blacked out. Actually, I think it looks cooler when the light strip goes all the way through. Or what do you think? Here in the lower part, we have these chrome exhaust tips, but they are just the air does go through, but still, it's a case for the autography fake exhaust police because the real exhaust is then way underneath, and I can actually, you could put things between these beauty pipes and the exhaust. There's space in between. But overall, I think the design works very well on the convertible here. What do you think? At the moment with the open top, but we can of course also close it, and standard is we have the so-called air cap system here in the front and in the rear. Very exciting happening here, and also with the neck heating. Let me show that to you. First of all, when I get inside, look at that. There we go. So here we have seatbelt reachers. When I open the door, they go back, and then I get inside, like this, they come towards me, and I can easily put on the seatbelt. So there we go, it goes back again. Nice comfort feature. Then about this air cap system, I can activate it from the inside and in the front. It works that the airflow is being changed, so it's being put a little bit higher, and then it flows over the vehicle and reaches the rear wind deflector like that. So that way you can also then drive with 4 tall adults like this. You can also retract it once again. However, what is the most effective thing is always a standard classic wind deflector. You can see there are still these mounts here in the rear, so you can also still mount the classic wind deflector. Me as convertible fan, I'm always driving open top all year. It's really useful. But this system is especially good when you drive with 4 people. And you can of course use both. You can put in the wind deflector and use this system here at the very same time. Before we get to the interior, of course for an AMG model, it's important to check out the engine. Let's see what we have underneath there. We have a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder, 450 horsepower. Yes, glad to have still the 6-cylinder, not the 4-cylinder performance hybrid like in the C63 or something. This one here is a mild hybrid, so you get 23 horsepower extra from this mild hybrid, somewhat electric system. But it's not a true plug-in hybrid or something. The combustion engine will take the main role. With the race start or launch control, it goes 4.2 seconds to 1 kilometers an hour or 62 miles an hour. For that race start, you need the AMG Dynamic Plus Pack. Yeah, these namings are always a little bit complicated, isn't it? But this actually required to use the launch control. And top speed would usually be 250 kilometers an hour, 155 miles an hour. And there, when you go for an AMG driver spec, then you have 15 kilometers or 10 miles per hour plus on top of that in top speed. Yeah, that's really necessary. Always all-wheel drive, by the way, with a rear-wheel bias. And here, the convertible trunk, 375 liters. When this one here is removed, I'm soon going to show you that when I close the roof. But here underneath, that's interesting. Hey, you have 4 groceries, always something, because I mean, for me, I always forget like shopping bags when we go for grocery shopping. So that's good to have it. And it still fits here even when the convertible roof is down. Yeah, you have to be very careful, but then it actually fits directly. Interior cockpit overview, easy to film here in the convertible. Illuminated vents with clicking sounds. Then you have a 12-inch infotainment system. And that's very interesting here. You can adjust the angle. So if it's maybe like sun glare from the outside like this, you see these reflections, pull it up like that, and then you can even better see that when the top is opened. Temperature control is in the screen. And you can also put it back again once again. By the way, in the top part, you can activate the speed warning when you have an EU version vehicle. So it's an easy way to deactivate the speed warning or hit the mute button here on the steering wheel. The steering wheel itself, here microfiber on the outside. If you want it completely animal-free, you can also pick one with carbon fiber on top. Then it has the microfiber on the side, that's pretty cool. And you have the drive mode selector here on the steering wheel. That's cool to have because you can easily control it while driving. And you can also see that it switches here in the infotainment system there up to the race mode. In general, you have more AMG apps, for example, performance, there we go. And here you have some telemetry and also from the engine when it's running, and also this analog IWC, well, analog digital, so to speak, stopwatch by IWC. Yeah, it's a nice gimmicky feature, I would say. By the way, when you start up the vehicle, then you also have these animations in the lower part here for the driving mode selectors. It's also a cool feature. Digital instruments, different stylings here. You can put the map full screen, for example. You have classic view, but you can also pick a sporty view like this. Inside of the doors, here with the leather red covering. This is high gloss black, and you control the seats from here, but you don't get a real feedback from these buttons. So I like the past version of that one a little bit better. And inside covering, this is rather hardback here at the inside of the door, so that's a little bit of a let off. The seats itself, so these here are the performance seats. You have two seats, the normal sport seats and these AMG performance seats. They are less comfortable, they are just stiffer. However, both would standard come with microfiber on the inside. Not sure if it's counting for all markets, but the microfiber seats would be more comfortable and sporty and also better in the climate function. Available for both seat forms. So the normal sport seat with the microfiber would be the most comfortable choice. The standard Airscarf you activate here at the inside of the door. And then it's really cool when you put the microphone closer to it. You can hear. Nice set of warm air. In the rear, does it work? So here the seat slides forward, so that's an easy entry, especially when the convertible top is actually down. So here we go. Yeah. I mean, if I stretch my legs here a little bit, we see it doesn't really work for tall Ls, at least not behind the driver's seat. Headroom-wise, wow, there's a lot of headroom left here. Yeah, we can soon also close the roof. But here, what would work actually is when I put the passenger seat a little bit more forward, I could still sit here. And then I would say you can drive with 3 tall Ls here in this convertible. The other one needs to be a little bit smaller then. Yeah, but then it's not the best comfort in the rear. You can use the air cap system, of course, that works, but it's still more or less a 2-person convertible for most use cases. But the good thing is, you know, that in some cases you want to drive with 4 people, it does more or less work. Well, and let's close the convertible roof right here. So there we go. It takes about 20 seconds and it goes up to a speed of 60 kilometers an hour. That is even faster than before, so pretty cool. There we go. Goodbye. What do you think about the design when it's closed actually here? Definitely driving open top with 4 tall people. Now when the roof is closed, we can take the full trunk measure here. We have to hit this button, so there we go. Then we have the full trunk capacity and we can even fold the seats. So it's definitely good to have an AMG 6-cylinder. Even better to have it as convertible, I think, at least here. You can also remotely open this roof when you hold the key fob here. You have to be close to the vehicle. Always a nice mechanism here, isn't it? The coupe even looks cooler, I feel, but then again, driving open top, hardly anything can beat it. However, you can also check out the CLE Coupé in the AMG trim, or what about the normal CE without AMG? You might be interested in that.